Hey, welcome to Breaking Bread, hosted by me and the homie Lindo. How you doing, show bro?
Let's go, Kronk. I am incredible. It's a wonderful night. We're getting closer to match day. Everyone's stoked. Opening weekend. Oh man, the vibes are great. I know. You're doing that, and we got news of a particular player and an injury. But
Why are we talking about that so early?
Okay, that's fine.
Why are we talking about that so
Vibes
early?
are still high.
Oh
I
my
feel great.
gosh.
I feel great. You did
Hindenburg
that.
in this
You
bitch.
started to give me like
I
you
was
were
just excited. I was
know.
just excited.
Okay, well. I said it, but we're moving. The vibes are great, my guy. And you?
Moving. So I'm good. I'm excited to chat because this is Breaking Bread, a show where we break verbal bread with the quote unquote enemy. Whenever Manchester City has an upcoming match, we will be here having a conversation with a supporter of City's upcoming opponent. Shout out to all of those on YouTube. Hey, hi, hello. Thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. Show some love. If you're on don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget that. If you're on Twitter, hop over to YouTube. It's more fun over here. And if you're at least gonna stay on Twitter, comment, participate, retweet, quote tweet, let people know, build a little community here. I'm chatting, I'm stalling, I'm giving you plenty of time. And also for you people who are gonna be watching the replays, I didn't forget about you. Hey. So Sunday, Manchester City travel. The 4-time champs, aka the quadruple champions, are on the road. What?
Shameful.
What? Pep warned us though. City, they're gonna be late. And I'm just gonna take his words for it,
What did he mean by that?
Exactly what's
like, are we just gonna be late to the game? Like, if it starts at 11:30, we're gonna be there at 11:35, or what?
It's gonna be a little slow, We got a little lag. Just expect it. Just like if you have any questions, like Rodri and KDB, they just got here like 4 days ago. Like, what do you expect, guys? Like, please relax. But so City, we play a Chelsea side who have 44 players on contract at the moment. Would love for a media member to ask Pep, what do you think about having 44 players on your roster? But until someone asks Pep's his thoughts on massive rosters, we have a guest here representing Flag Sing Sound Podcast. Shady Gang, give it up for Andy. How's it going, friend?
Hey guys, well, hey, if you get a hold of Pep, ask him if he'd like 8 goalkeepers, because that's what we're rocking right now.
Man, it's a interesting little gamble that they're doing, and if they get away with it, everyone's gonna be like, Bowley's a genius.
Yeah, I mean that. I kind of see the plan. I know last time when I was on with you guys, I said I didn't really see the plan, but man, you buy enough cheap players, you can flip enough for profit, and then you go buy Pedro Neto.
A little sprinkle of a Neto.
Oh man. Well, the first question, real easy, simple one. Why do you love Chelsea Football Club?
Oh man, I fell in love back in the day where you couldn't watch any soccer. Watched the 2006 World Cup and fell in love with Ashley Cole, Joel Cole, Frank Lampard, and then all of a sudden Fox Soccer Channel pops up and they've got Chelsea games on. I'm like, all right, this is my team, and it's been love ever since.
Damn Fox Soccer,
that's awesome.
Oh man, the bouncing around that they would do, Fox Soccer Plus, just Fox Sports, then Fox Sports 2, and then NBC hopped in there for a little bit, and then NBC Sports Gold. I fucking hate that. They got like $100 from me for free for a year without playing in a single City match. Like on that whole thing, they were like, we're gonna have all the matches on this app. Pay for NBC Sports Gold, but also isn't tied to anything else at all. So you just buy whatever we play and just take
Notre Dame games. That's the one thing they did like really try to push from an American push. But I'm with you, Crunk. It was god tier awful. But I think can we note the
Notre
growth?
Dame person? They've always had Notre Dame. That was like all they had at that moment. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, and shout out to them for being an independent, right? But I mean, it is whatever.
Shout out to them. Why are we shouting out to them? What are we doing?
Hey, they're getting their bread. They're getting their bread. That's the whole point of being the independent.
Get in the bag. I'm here for that. Okay.
But they're no longer. I'm pretty confident. I don't know. I don't really do college football thing. Yeah, whatever.
Like, they can take some of that NBC money. I was at Notre Dame for the Chelsea Celtic game, and Notre Dame could use an improvement on that stadium. So they can go ahead and use that money for that.
There you go. I give a compliment. He takes a shot. We're even. Shout out Notre Dame.
Boom. Pros. Okay. Summer transfer window. Let's look at the moves by Chelsea over the summer. Ian Maatsen, Lewis Hall, Omori Hutchison, gone for a combined 101 million euros. That sounds great. However, Chelsea immediately spent all that and more, bringing in 8 new players, most recently, as you said, sprinkled in a Neto for 60 million. Yeesh. So I even saw that y'all took in City's old work in Tosin Adarabioyo on a free transfer. Like, I saw that and I was like, dang, flashbacks. I totally thought he was gonna be a baller, and he was just tall. So it's real easy from the outside to like talk slick about Chelsea, but you're in the trenches, so you chose Chelsea to support. So what say you about Chelsea, nay, Todd Bowley's efforts this summer, and rated on a scale from 1 being bad to 10 being a perfect summer?
Man, right now I give it a 4. Pedro Neto fills a need. Our wingers are straight garbage outside of Cole Palmer.
You're welcome.
Boom.
Noni Madueke is a one-trick pony. Raheem Sterling, you can have him back. And Mudryk is, I don't know what's up with him, but he's still learning or something. So Neto fits a need, but man, like I was saying, we went out and signed, I think we got 2 or 3 new goalkeepers in this window. Philip Jorgensen from Villarreal. I mean, I guess if he's better than Robert Sanchez, but I don't know anything about him, if I'm being honest.
This is the dude from I watched on Netflix. There's a La Liga documentary, and he features in it for Villarreal, and he was going to move to a big club. Like, that was basically what he established in the Netflix thing, and he was like, I'm going somewhere. I want to be front facing and be famous. I have a social media girlfriend. We want to do our thing. So he went to the right club, I think.
It's following his compatriot Nicholas Bentner, right? Just all about that social media.
Yeah, man.
Kind of, yeah, it is.
No, but I mean, it didn't fill a need. The need has been a goal scorer. I love Nico Jackson, but getting somebody more established in there would have been nice. Mm-hmm. But what I could bump it up past a 4. Even this past weekend, we were rumored to be in on Osimhen and swap with Conor Gallagher and João Felix coming in. I would take both those guys in the starting 11 in a heartbeat, but it's all speculation at the moment. But if we get those 2 guys, man, I'd give it probably a 7 at that point.
Impromptu question, and just in response to what you've said, Andy, has any part of you, and I know it's an American and we're seeing him do his thing over there, although I can argue it's been not what we've necessarily wanted from a representation in that regard. But simple question for you. Do you ever, as a Chelsea fan, especially this summer and the last summer too, just think to tell him to put the fucking credit card down? I mean, what do you guys really tell me genuinely? Like, you keep seeing the transfers. No part of you says, just like, can we figure out what we're doing with what we have first?
Yeah, I mean, we tore down a team that won the Champions League, 3 years ago? Mm-hmm. I think we have 1 player left from that team. It would be nice to splash the cash, but I mean, really, Todd Bowley has. He's spent plenty of money on plenty of players, and I can see what he's trying to do. It's just like American sports, right? You get all the young players and you get trade chips.
No.
You cash in on those and then you go spend. So I don't know if they're waiting to cash in on a bunch of these players or what, but I can kind of see what's going on. But I think Chelsea fans in general are growing restless, especially this summer.
It looks in shame.
I
go on.
Nope. I want to keep moving to Enzo Maresca. And a lot of people are saying, he's bald too. He worked under Pep. And Pep has been asked about it. And I don't know if you've seen the video, but he looks offended. So what are your thoughts on Enzo? And is he the savior?
I don't know about the savior. The hierarchy seems to think so. They gave Pochettino a 2-year contract, so they didn't have a whole lot of faith in him. Maresca's on a 5+1, so you got to think that they're thinking that this is the guy. I'm not sold from the get-go here. I could see when I went to the preseason match what they were trying to do. Feed the wings, kind of bypass the midfield at times. But the defensive tactics are all over the place. Under Pacho, it was high press and it was high energy, and Conor Gallagher fit that to a T. Now it's kind of sit back, and we got the inverted wing back is the big thing under Maresca right now. And the players just kind of look lost doing it. And I really hate to say, we need more time to to instill the system and all that, because it's Chelsea. There is no time to instill any system. You got to win. And I'm hoping with the contract that they gave him that they give him a little bit of runway, because watching Leicester last year, they played an attractive brand of football. I would love to see it translate at Chelsea, but you're going from the Championship to the Premier League. So I think the book's out on him at the moment.
Okay. So the whole counter-attacking style of football, it's not entirely off of what Chelsea plays, because when they do attack, it's kind of like in this like grand sweeping motion, which counter-attacking football is. Is it just more the technical aspect of almost tidy football passing around before you do the attacking aspect?
Yeah, that seems to have been the problem. And, with Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo being out with Copa America, we haven't had a real chance to see what that midfield's going to look like. You got 2 British record transfers in there, so you got to figure that they're going to contribute. But the passing kind of seems aimless, almost like it did under Tuchel at the end, where it was just kind of pass around the box and hope that somebody does something magical. There's no real incisive passes going in there. There's no purpose to it like we see with City. It's having the ball to have the ball is what it looks like.
That's fair. How are we feeling about Chelsea potentially saving U.S. soccer between Emma Hayes, Pulisic to Milan, and this rumored Poch move? That is a very interesting narrative, very creative.
I'm here for it.
I'm also the wrong person to talk about. I mean, that Emma Hayes thing, damn. That's because my out is always like, you talk about the men, I'm not interested. But then you throw Emma Hayes in, and I'm like, the women, triple espresso, let's fucking go.
They're cooking.
Which also, like, the whole triple espresso thing, as a lover of coffee, people know this about me. The Utes, they love themselves some energy drinks. So this could be a renaissance for just like good old classic coffee. So like I'm hoping this is a reband. Get all those energy drinks out of here. Let's get some natural things in you. Nobody like a good triple espresso. Like maybe even a little cortado if the espresso's too much. Like it's just like a little bit. Sip it. Throw a little bit of brown sugar in there. Use some good if you want to spice it up. A little cinnamon and nutmeg.
That coffee podcast is cooking itself, ain't it?
Oh man, goodness gracious. I mean, Ricky. Okay, we see where you're going. We see where you're going. Okay, so what? What are you hearing? Are there any like leaks or how the team or other people are feeling about Enzo as the transition? Because, like you said, you as a fan, and I'm seeing a few other people say similarly that they aren't quite enjoying the beginning of this Enzo ride. But I will say, the beginning of Pep Ball at City wasn't gorgeous. We didn't win our first season. We won the next season though, but we didn't win our first season. So it wasn't the best ride. But the expectations with Pep made sense because he had the history that he did. So the Enzo doesn't have that, and so Chelsea doesn't have the patience. I just worry how long does he really have, especially with all these players that aren't his, and you can tell by the way that they're moving. They don't really know what they're going to do with those players. I'm just very intrigued. What is Enzo doing right now? Because I guess he has, I'm seeing practices. It's like 40 people, especially in America, with like training camp for football. You always have these like bloated rosters and you're doing these like insane tryouts and you're conditioning the crap and you're pushing them and you're trying to see how players will play and whether they'll break and stuff. And that's how I imagine Enzo is doing with his practices right now. They're just like 2 a days, just running crazy drills, trying to see who's the like best of the best. And from there, that's what we're going to get. And everybody else will get loaned away.
Yeah, and I gotta give credit to the club. For a while it was we were trying to become Brighton. A lot of Brighton signings, a lot of Brighton. Well, Graham Potter coming in, Brighton front office staff. Now there seems to be a let's just copy City. So we're looking over your shoulder. We got Pep Light, and he's bald. Got Lavia, got Tosin, got Cole Palmer. Maybe when Oscar Bob comes back, you can give us him too.
Calma. We're not answering the phone.
No, yeah, I know. I think overall the mood, at least out of the players' side, seems positive. They seem to be reacting well to him. They all seem to be at least talking about how they're learning the system and how they're adjusting to the system. Unfortunately, man, I think it's going to be a couple months before we see that happen. But the vibe, even though we won one preseason game, seems to be pretty positive. So I'll give them that.
Yeah. Well,
I kind of want to go ahead, Crunk.
No, you go.
Well, just in regards to the players and the profile and the demeanor overall, I'm sure they're happy. And part of that is I see a lot of banner about the contract lengths, right? I mean, right now there's that going little video about Cole Palmer looking into a blank stare and just saying what when he gets asked the question. So, and it's funny because it says the contract's 2033 and it gets me every time. But the part that, and I actually want to be completely transparent on the topic, I don't see there being an issue with the contract lengths on the condition that there are club and or player options throughout the contract. You can sign a 100-year deal. It doesn't mean anything if you have an option in the 5th year, or if you have an option in the 4th or the 6th or the 7th. So all of that is critical to me. I know a lot of the announcements and how things are kind of given, right, with the fab and the here we goes and all that shit. And I get it, but I look to understand some of those finer details. Can you speak intelligently to some of these transfers and some of the players? Do they have any sort of club options, or they're all just like locked in?
Yeah, so a lot of them have been 5+1 or 5+2 deals. I think they're starting to shy away from that and make it more incentive based. Hey, you make the first team, you get X amount extra every week. But the first year and a half of transfers was a lot of long-term deals with those option years. And yeah, I like those deals. I don't necessarily like when it's a mutual one. That Chelsea's been burned on that before.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that's what kind of did in Mason Mount, although thank you to the other team in Manchester for paying us for him.
But did you dodge it though? Did you dodge a bullet?
Yeah, it was nice. I'll give him that. But the most recent one I've seen is the Conor Gallagher kind of back and forth. The most recent contract they've offered him last month was a 2+1. In that case, I can see where Conor is disappointed in that. That doesn't show a lot of faith in him as a player.
I know.
But it's kind of like you perform, then you get to exercise that last year. Maybe
he was your captain at one point. It wasn't he your captain?
Oh, he was captain out of necessity, not because he's a good captain.
Well, I mean, so essentially, what you've said to me there is that armband meant nothing last year.
So they're saying take it or leave it.
Well, if you're telling me he wasn't worthy of wearing it and he wore it, and I saw it plenty of times, I'm sorry, you're taking validity away from the damn thing.
With him, yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we had 4 different opportunities or 4 different instances last year where Cole Palmer would step up, take a penalty, and Noni Madueke's in there like, no, I'm going to take it. And it turns into a whole scuffle. And then you got other instances.
You got Raheem Sterling there handling things.
Oh, I had a tremendous laugh to that, Andy. Tremendous laugh. I got to be completely like, dude, come on. That's a joke. You can't be doing that in front of the world. Like, you guys, bunch of children out there.
One time I could see it.
Sure.
Multiple times in the course of 3 months. That's when it's comical.
Yeah.
Well, next, I know you're saying the roster is very much in the air, but I'm gonna put this challenge to you. I would like for you to pick an attacker, a midfielder, and a defender who will have a good season for Chelsea this year.
I think the obvious choice at attacker is Cole Palmer. I don't think he's going to reach the same highs that he reached last year, but he's still going to be, I hate to say it, Eden Hazard-esque with his numbers. I think he leads this team in terms of contributions in front of goal. Nico Jackson probably a close second, but definitely Cole Palmer in attack. Midfield, I'm honestly banking on Lavia. Just watching him, at some point I think Enzo Fernandez.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I think Enzo moves a little bit further forward, and then Lavia pairs up as dual sixes with Caicedo. He's got the technical ability. He can clearly distribute the ball. He's a big body, and he just muscles people. I think he has a real breakout year in the midfield. And then defense, oh man, going off preseason, I'd say absolutely no one. But I think I got to go with Marc Cucurella. He's coming off a great Euros with Spain. He thrived the couple times that Pochettino went with the inverted wingback, and that's Enzo Maresco's kind of key style. There is the inverted wingback. I think Cucurella balls out at left back.
That guy. I mean, those are all solid picks. I mean, I can't say anything bad about it. And Lando, quickly, if I could put that same thing on you, who's a attacker, a midfielder, and a defender this year who's going to have a good season for City?
Ooh, for City, putting me on the spot there.
I'm putting you on the spot. Yeah, you don't have an outline.
Defender, Ruben Dias. Midfielder, Mateo Kovacic.
Oh, you and Mateo.
You're good.
Let's go.
And then attacking, I'm gonna go Savinho Savio.
Hey, let's go.
Oh, yeah, let me flip it on you. How do you think Savio fits in? Is he a starter day one, or where's he going to fit into that?
Go for it, Kronk.
So we can finally address the Oscar Bob situation. He has broken a bone in his leg, very vague. So he's going to be out for a few months. I can't wait to hear how Pep addresses it, because if it's an accident and he hurt himself training, Pep's going to sound very contrite. If he hurt himself being a silly young dude, we will find out by Pep's body language. We're going to find out what happened. We won't find out like.
Can I break news?
Yeah.
And I guess I can give him a shout out. At Horsey City, Mancunian Way, they had a space earlier, actually like maybe an hour before we went live here. And on that, they were reading some of the articles and some of the stuff that was going on. And it was announced that it was non-contact. He was turning centrally in midfield. And when it turned is when it happened. It wasn't any sort of fooling around or horsery. So I just wanted to make sure I noted that because I was listening to the space right before. So shout out to them. Shout out to Horsey City. Shout out to Out Mancunian Way.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have him on soon. Actually, with the WWE Man City themed King of the Ring that we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna have him on. Well, good. I mean, it's actually not great because non-contact injuries tend to be much worse than contact injuries. So, shout outs to him. My heart goes out to the homie. Like, you don't. I legitimately read that and I went, ah. At work, and everybody was just like, "Oh my god, what happened?" And I was like, "Oscar Bob, what? Nothing. Leave me alone. Soccer stuff." I'm still so upset about it. So, yeah, that opens up a huge question mark onto our wings. What's going to happen? Savio is projected to now get more time. To very long-windedly get to your question. I don't think so. It was announced that Bernardo was finally going to get it into the midfield. I've been talking about this for years on the pod. I'm like, this is finally the year.
The dream.
Bernardo can finally be in midfield and he can cook. And
natural position. The dream.
And now Grealish is down. Oscar Bob is down. He's going to be.
Take your ass back to the wing.
He's going back up there this weekend. I think. I'm pretty sure. Savio, he might come in as a sub. He'll get some time, but he has a lot to learn. What I will say is Ludaku have also put him out there and let him learn while he was playing and make the mistakes as long as he's attacking and he's trying, and he definitely did that in the Community Shield. So I don't know. I expect to maybe see him. He's a change of pace. So if we need a change of pace, we'll see him. But if City have the lead, are there close to anything close to the lead? You sit down and don't move. Like, but if we need some energy, if we need a goal, yeah, he'll get his chances. But if we have a lead, he's not going anywhere near it, at least for a few months. I think. Obviously Pep is a madman, and I'm interested to see what he does with this team because. With this new set of wingers and Jack Grealish, he's going to have to kind of embrace balling. Like, yeah, there's possession based, but I think we should have a more exciting team this year.
Madness.
He's tired of all the people saying he plays boring football.
We're going back to the Leroy Sané Sterling days.
We have the possibility.
Doku Savio days.
We have the possibility. We have the ballers there.
Inject it.
Even if Gucci Puma can get into his ting and like just shoot or try to cross the ball instead of just like constantly doing the same thing. That's what I'm saying. We have the possibility to win a 5th in a row. Look at me. I'm like, what would it be in a row? What? I'm losing track. Starting 11. The prediction. Let's get to that. Many key players for Manchester City have returned either right before or after the Community Shield. We could practice for players like KDB, Rodri, Walker, etc., who haven't practiced really with the club for the last few weeks or over the preseason. Doesn't really matter because 5-6 years in Pep ball, it's just ingrained into you. Like I'm pretty sure KDB's youngest, his first words were tiki taka. So it's like my starting 11s bums me out because of the Oscar Bob injury we were talking about. I'm pretty sure he's going to start. And then on top of Gucci Puma, Jack Grealish, he's hurt as well. Who are you? Let's start with you because I'm still reeling a little bit about Oscar Bob. So what are the starting 11 for Chelsea?
So for Chelsea, I'm expecting something similar to what they threw out against Inter last weekend at Stamford Bridge. A couple changes. Robert Sanchez, I think, is going to be in goal until he screws up enough that Jorgensen takes over. So Sanchez in goal, 4 at the back with Malo Gusto and Cucurella as your wing backs, Colwill and Fofana as your center backs. Midfield of Enzo and Moises Caicedo. And then in front of those two, you got Cole Palmer on the right, Christian Nkunku behind the striker. And I'm hoping for Pedro Neto on the left wing, but I have a feeling it's going to be Raheem Sterling. And then Nico Jackson up top.
Man, as much as I want Nkunku to get his shit figured out because he's an exciting player and I hope for the best for him, but bro can't get healthy to save his life.
Yeah, I'm knocking on wood right now, but he did not get injured this preseason. Last year was pretty much done from the get-go. So
yeah, arrived injured. Oh man. Okay, so my starting 11 here. I'll give a starting 11, and Lando, you just let me know if you disagree anywhere. Ederson in goal, 4 at the back, Vardiol, Ake, Diaz, Walker, Rodri, KDB, and Foden as a midfield. Daco on the left, Holland in the center, and Bernardo Silva in right wing, even though Tommy keeps trying to tell me that calma, he's going to be in the midfield. Savio and everybody else will replace him, but not this early, Tommy.
I still have faith and I believe in you, Tommy. I'm here. I am optimistic. I'm 180 on that.
Crunk, I have it bookmarked, Tommy.
Crunk, I'm going to ask you a question, and the answer is an obvious yes. So you think the English boy is just getting back today, essentially, with Walker, Foden, who else is on that list? Stones. You think they're gonna start?
I thought they got here like 2 days ago.
I mean, maybe
they just showed up. Okay,
yeah.
No. Okay. KDB's been there though, right?
KDB's been there, so I think he'll start.
So take out Foden and put in Kovacic. That's fine.
Okay, there you go. I'm with you on that.
And then we're putting Rico in against Chelsea.
I am. Think about who he's got to deal with. All due respect, Andy. I know you're here, but Modric, what are we doing? I mean, come on. Yeah, Rico's got this. I'm comfy with that. I'm comfy with Rico in this game.
I'm not. It's just Mans is. If he gets beat, he's over. It's over. Like it takes like 2 dribbles and he is just out of the frame. And that's all I worry about with him is if Mans gets beat or he's out of position, it's donezo against a team like this. And they aren't the most clinical, but if you're wide open, I want to jinx them. You can't mess that. You can't mess that up.
Yeah, no, this is fun. This is really good on a Wednesday night for us to find this, and going into match day, it's going to be fun to kind of see what we find out throughout the week, but also what that lineup looks like on Sunday. So I'm stoked about this. I'm happy we're on different ends on here. And again, it speaks to what you noted earlier, the madness of Pep. We really don't know going into it right now. Hell, there's literally a potential that we'll go false 9 and it's Rico Lewis. Like, we don't know. The man's crazy. So I don't know.
You play too much.
Yes, we're not going to see Rico at the false 9, but still,
I just
get the damn point.
Also, it's very hilarious me saying you're playing too much. I've been in ridiculous this entire time. This is fun though. This is my energy for this season. Obviously I mean well, but if I can just jokingly shoot jabs, see, I've been like talking shit about Chelsea this entire time, and
You
Andy's still
came in
smiling.
hot and cooking.
He's still
You came-
smiling. And
Yeah.
that's my aim, is to be able to jokingly shoot jabs at our guests team, and they're still just like, this is great.
You can't hurt me. We're already broken.
Salute. Okay, so final question before we get you out of here. How do you see the match playing out, and what is your score prediction?
And well, looking at last year, it could go any which way. 4-4, 1-1. But then you look at preseason, and I honestly think it's going to go a little bit more like that. Defensive woes are too terrible right now at Chelsea. 3-1, 4-1 City.
No. I didn't expect that. Wow, that's nice. I'll take that. I'm cautiously optimistic as well. I think after the Community Shield win, that's a great way to start the season. The players, even though they're just returning, the vibes are going to be high here at the practice these next couple of days. So I just think the players are going to come and they're going to bring it on the road, which is what I don't quite enjoy about all of this. So I like 3-1. I'll take that. 3-1. Clean sheets are dead to me. I will never give us a clean sheet ever again.
Well, the Sharpie clean sheet. So we take those.
Yes.
I'm going Sharpie clean sheet. 2-1. It's going to be close. There'll be a late goal by Chelsea to make it seem like there's some life in there. But yeah, 2-1 City.
Yeah, that one sounds pretty accurate. 87th minute, Cole Palmer, just to make it look like it was a game.
And we'll still get a little cold celebration.
Yes.
Yeah, a Cole celebration that people will say isn't a celebration. He didn't celebrate. No, he celebrated. It's okay. It's okay that he celebrated. It's fine. Like it was a simple celebration, but he celebrated. Like, let Mans be excited that he scored against the team. Like, you're Manchester City. You're a hard team to score against. So now you're just saying for the rest of his career, Mans can't celebrate scoring against the number one team in the world. Like, that's like, yeah, he happened to come from us, but like, who wouldn't want to celebrate that? Take that joy from him. He picked his side. He's officially a blue. It's okay. I've moved on.
And he picked that side for another 9 years.
Death row, baby.
He's gonna cook, man. He's gonna cook. I do believe in the player.
Oh yeah, no,
he's quality.
Yeah, right. Well, let's end the show with you telling us a little bit about Flag Stays Down podcast, how people can find them, and then plug yourself in the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. So Flag Down podcast is me and two of my buddies, Matt and Parker, all Chelsea fans. We've been vibing for a good 15 years, like college roommates. So we've been watching Chelsea for a long time, and we don't have any insider information. We just give a fan perspective. A lot of time, very reactionary fan perspective, but it's a perspective nonetheless.
Passion.
So we're live on Twitch every Sunday evening around 8:00, and you can always catch our podcast. Again, it's Flag Stays Down, and you can find us on all socials at Flag Down Pod.
Yeah, great people, great show.
Bang! We have a surprise for you. Right here, we're going to throw it in. Now, we're going to play a little game, Andy. It's called Explain Your Tweets. Now, before we get to this wonderful game, Andy, I want to make sure that we give a huge shout out. I am recently a member of the Greenville Citizens, and they are sponsored by a wonderful, wonderful company by the name of Lloyd Soccer. LloydSoccer.com. You need to get at them. Now, Chelsea fans, if you're listening or watching and getting at us on this show, this is for you too. I'm giving you a shout out, Upstate Blues. I know you all get a chance to meet up in Greenville. You go to the Gringos there off of 11th on Camperdown Way. Shout out to you guys. If you want some quality gear, right as the season is about to get going, you see the hat I'm wearing right now? I dare you to find it anywhere else other than LloydSoccer.com. You can't. You want to know why? Because they made it there. The team is incredible. They get the kits early. Crunk can testify. When we were in Chapel Hill, we saw some of the away kits live in the wild even before it was announced on the Man City website. Guys, you need to go ahead and stop by Lloyd's. I'm going to tell you now, they've been doing it for 40 years of sports. They've been kicking it there since 1983. They are off of South Batesville Road, and I plead with you, if you are looking for soccer gear, if you are looking for boots, soccer balls, dope kits, anything, you need to stop by Lloyd Soccer. Upstate Blues, I hope to connect with you guys as well. Greenville Citizens, so thankful that they're sponsoring us. It's a wonderful, wonderful group. And so let's get to the game. My guy, I have picked 3 tweets. 3 tweets you do not know about. At Flag Down Pod on X/Twitter, whatever you call it. Get at the boys. Now, when you go to this Twitter account, you're going to notice that it's pretty good about getting some publicity and some, highlights of the USA. They get American pride in there. It's white rice when I'm looking for some Spanish rice. I need more spice. I went to at Comiskey North. That is whose Twitter account?
Oh man, that's like my Finsta. You're not supposed to know about that.
Okay. I picked 3 tweets. 4 days ago, Fabrizio Romano tweeted, Dom Solanke's first pick as a Spurs record signing for $65 million package and a record sale for Bournemouth. Tottenham signed Solanke on a 6-year deal. Comiskey North retweeted, club record signing? Weird flex on this one. Explain your tweet.
Yeah, I don't know. The guy's been balling at Bournemouth for the last couple of years. Chelsea grad.
Gotta throw it in there.
Is he worth a club record fee? I don't know if that says more about Solanke or about Spurs. Like, you'd think Spurs would be splashing a little more cash on some decent players, not some lower level Premier League players.
That's what I thought you were going with. I really did. I read that. I was like, ooh, Spurs dig. I like that. A little bit more spice right here. And this was absolutely OG of you. June 23rd, 7:53 at night. Just finished a 3-day juice cleanse. I have never wanted a pizza more in my life. The hell is going on with you? Explain your tweet.
Yeah, my wife talked me into doing a juice cleanse.
There it is. There it is. You're blaming your better half. I know better as a married man. I hope if she's listening, what's her name?
Nicole.
Nicole, I'm sorry, but he knows better.
She's not here. I got to throw her under the bus.
Exactly. Smart.
I'm the only one in the house doing that. Meanwhile, her and my son are eating pizzas and burgers and all that, and I'm just sitting there.
Oh, she talked you into doing a juice cleanse.
Yep.
While she's eating pizza.
So a little passive aggressive there. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I take it back. Actually, that's a G move by Nicole.
It is, right?
That's a G move, man.
Wow, Jack, for real, man. Oh, that's hilarious.
And the last tweet, July 26th at 4:26. Who is this Assassin's Creed motherfucker, and how long is he going to ride a horse down the river? Explain your tweet.
Yes, that was the Olympics opening ceremony. They that thing was all over the place. Lady Gaga, Celine Dion, and they had the dude from Assassin's Creed riding a mechanical horse down the middle of the river.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on. I was so glad I hadn't taken a gummy before that. That would have freaked me up.
Thank you for playing, Andy. I appreciate you for being a great sport about it. Again, explain your tweets. Brought to you by Lloyd Soccer. Upstate Blues, Greenville Citizens, get at them. Dope gear. Appreciate it.
Hey, we will be back tomorrow. Lit stream, first lit stream of the year. We will be on FanFest. Best way to watch us, comment, enjoy. For us to see it comment-wise is to be with us on FanFest, but we will also be streaming on Twitter and YouTube. We have the kickoff show for the game against Chelsea. An hour before it goes live, or before the kickoff, we will be live talking starting 11s, being able to react to it in real time, and matchups, predictions. I'm going to try to hold true to my 3-1, but maybe if the Chelsea put out something extra sad, I might take that away. I might already lie on myself and be like, all right, I hope there's a clean sheet. I need a clean sheet. If we can start off with a clean sheet in Ederson, the Ederson propaganda, I'm going to be pushing. Be prepared for that. That's all I'm saying.
We got to get Charlie's perspective on this, but I would actually say it's a pretty good
so
bet.
You disagree with me?
No. Just to get the odds on what it is that City are going to give up a goal, because I'd venture to say they're pretty high. The return on City giving up a goal is not going to be very good. I think we're going to score. So you might be on to something. If we start off the year with a clean sheet against a Chelsea team at the Bridge.
But like Andy said, if Nico Jackson starts up top, we're good. We might be Gucci. We might be fine. All right, Shady Gang. We will see you soon. You know the vibes. Shady Gang, Shady Gang, Shady Gang.